Hello everyone, and welcome to another session of Followers of Mayhem. In the last episode, everyone gathered and planned out the mission that might not happen this session, as I was informed that the main player wasn't going to be making it, but now they will be making it, so we're not going to be doing the mission just yet, but that should be next week. Regardless, I do have stuff planned. Am I not a DM or am I not a DM?
You are.
Plan B.
So, as you all awaken on one of the days leading up to the operation, well, you notice something off. Now, I need everyone but Allah to mute yourself.
Ooh.
Okay. Allah, as you wake up, you notice that you're not in your room. You're sitting down at the main table. And as you look around, you can see the others are quietly discussing plans. And they seem to have decided on a plan, and then you realize that you have no idea what the plan is. And when you ask about it, they just dismiss you and say, weren't you listening, you know? How dare you not be listening, you know? What do?
All our huffs and annoyance as she just starts pouting for a moment, but she goes and asks Rora this time, what's the current plan of operation?
The current plan is you're going to stay here and you're going to spend some time with Sren, since, you know, you should spend time with your girlfriend. Also, Dennis is upside down for some reason.
Alar blinks in confusion at this, but then she looks around in the room for Seren and just mild puzzlement. What is going on today?
So, as the others all leave to go on their mission, Seren approaches you. And as she does, she looks up to you and then says, I'm sorry, I'm breaking up with you.
Wait, what?
I've found someone better, I'm sorry. And then you see, turning around the corner, almost way too big for the room, but somehow getting through the hallway, a Varth appears and wraps a clawed hand around Sren. Well, sort of wraps it around. He is a giant dragon.
Or just face palms for a moment and just shakes her head. You're kidding me, right?
I'm sorry, Allah, but he's just so manly. Well, so dragony. Really.
That doesn't even make sense, Seren.
I'm sorry. I don't love you anymore. You're not blue enough.
I am very blue. That
Yes.
makes no sense.
Yes, but he's got more blue.
Seren, we need to talk.
I'm sorry, I'm done talking. And the two exit out the entrance, leaving Alara alone. And then you wake up.
Oh. Alara looks around, very confused, and sees the Seren's nearby.
Seren is sleeping in a pile of half-finished dragon costume stuff.
Alara nudges Seren.
Hey, Allah? What's wrong?
Seren, you love me, right?
Of course.
Okay. I'm sorry for disturbing your sleep.
She's already gone back to sleep.
What a weird dream.
Alright. Allah, pause yourself. Alex. You're in a dream. You're, just flying around the island. When suddenly you see Elnath appear in his dragon form and start gliding right beside you. And then he looks over at you and says, "Who are you again?"
Alex looks a little hurt and he just says, "I'm Alex. You know who I am."
Oh yes. I think I remember now. And then you watch as your still dragon friend suddenly tears apart and the entire sky rips open where he was, revealing a deep red egg that cracks and then shatters open to reveal a large astral dragon. You then see it eat every single one of your friends up.
I guess all he can really do is just stand in horror and watch.
It rounds out, down, and reaches for you. And then you wake up.
That was certainly something.
Alright, next up is Dennis. Dennis. I'm sorry if you guys can hear that in the background. My neighbors are being annoying. I can't really stop them. And this place is terrible soundproofing. So, Dennis.
Mm-hmm.
You dream that Drow wants you to impress her and the family with a spell. Only when you try to cast magic, it doesn't cast. And then Dra begins to leave and says, I'm sorry. I loved you for your magic. And she begins to walk away. The kid's following her. And then you wake up.
Okay. He is still contemplating that. Like, what the heck?
Okay. Next up, Kagura. Or should I say Nami?
Okay, that.
But Kagura will be having a nightmare too, but we can go into that another day. So, you have a dream where you look down and your body is completely zombified. You're slowly approaching one of your friends, saying, Rura. She smiles at you. And then you jump and bite into her. And then you wake up. What do you do?
She gets up, and she gets up in a breathing heavily and in a cold sweat, and she looks at her hands, she looks at her hands to make sure everything's all right. She even takes the bandages off her right arm.
Yeah, I've noticed that the grayness has receded, but it's still there, but it's clearly starting to fade away.
Still not done.
Alright. Rura. You have a dream about your very first friend.
Oh no.
He's talking to Elnath, and they seem to be getting along. You see them in the distance, and they wave to you, as if nothing is wrong. And then you watch as your old friend stabs Elnath through the chest and kills him.
No!
You run over, try to stop the bleeding, but it's not enough. And then you wake up.
Rura already has tears in her eyes when she wakes up and she's shaking in her bed. And then she just whines and then pulls a blanket over her beak and face and just silently cries in the blanket.
Alright. Chance. You have a dream that you have a test, and you've not studied for it at all. And then you wake up.
Oh, this again.
Yeah,
Tell me.
your nightmare is that you didn't study for a test. I'm sorry.
Tell me, am I also naked?
Yes.
I knew it. But it like how lucid a dreamer am I allowed to be?
Up to, I'd say you'd probably be not very lucid, but you do wake up shortly after.
Like he wakes up. Oh right, I'm an adult. I don't go to school anymore. All right.
So, after your rude awakening, Oh yeah, that too. You start falling and you eventually land on a giant red F. Anyway, you all wake up and you all meet back up at breakfast. The dream's still very strongly in your mind.
Well, that was a hell of a night.
I think I had too much to drink.
No, I had one too.
Oh dear, does that mean all of us had one?
I guess we're all incredibly stressed or something.
Ruru's eyes are a bit red as she just rubs them and then silently walks to the kitchen to go try to make everybody something.
You make breakfast fairly easily, and then you return back. You all eat in relative quiet, looking around. The dream's still weighing heavily on your mind. Time passes. What do you guys do?
Adana says, I'm going to have a quick chat with someone. I'll be back.
Yeah.
And he heads outside the demi-plane because the connection thing doesn't work across planes.
As you try to head out of the demi-plane, you realize your key doesn't work.
He pauses for a moment. Guys, do your keys work?
I don't know. I don't have a key.
Hold on. Alex tries his key.
It doesn't work.
Of course.
Okay, are we? Is this still a dream?
I don't know, slap me, see what happens.
I slap him.
Do you slap him hard enough to do damage?
I think so.
Alright.
Guys, I'll be right back. Sorry, I'll be right back.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
like anything else, might as well make it a slap that would work.
Alright. Alex, you take 1 point of damage.
Well, I felt that, so clearly it's not a dream.
Nami walks up to Alex, grabs his wrist, and starts crushing it again for good measure.
Hey!
You take another point of damage.
Sorry,
So,
had to
that
be
work?
sure.
Did that work?
Dennis is going to ritual cast Detect Magic.
You try to
Oh,
cast,
right.
but it fails.
I try and throw a firebolt at the wall.
Nothing happens.
I saw my.
Juice?
Sorry,
my-
I'm back. What I miss?
I draw my sword. Does it still have the white hot edge? Or is it just red sword now?
You draw your sword, and it has turned into, you know, one of those, like, fake toy swords? You know, that are made of styrofoam?
Okay, we're definitely in another dream. What's going on?
Nami brings her scythe down on the table.
It's transformed into an inflatable scythe. You know, the kind you could get for Halloween.
Juice?
Ruru looks very concerned.
Well, there's kind of only one explanation for this, everyone.
We're all dreaming of going trick-or-treating.
That, but also the fact that we're all fairly conscious, we're in a dream, and we're in a demi-plane. Magic doesn't seem to work, and whatever weapon or magic we use just fails and ends up looking kind of rather comedic. So, I've got a feeling that maybe we've been pulled into someone else's dream, particularly a shared acquaintance.
And someone who gets who gets their weapons from a carnival. Well, evidently.
Rura jolts. She goes, you're talking about Tanuki?
Well, I mean, that is one explanation, but I was thinking more of the fact of Elnath.
Well, whoever it is, can you please knock it off? I like being able to throw fire around.
Dennis is going to go to try and locate and open a secret door to the basement.
It opens into a basement filled with dragon chocolates.
I think this is Elnath's doing.
Yep, figured as much.
And Chance is eating his way through. If this is a dream, he's going to take advantage of all the cartoon physics.
They taste delicious.
Yeah.
You're gonna get yourself a stomach ache.
This is a dream. There are no stomach aches.
But you're,
Dream
Just let him do it.
Dream or not, guess some things just never change.
It's actually kind of funny. It's actually kind of funny on how easy it was to turn him addicted to those things.
All right, everyone.
When I hear that, I walk over and force feed Alex one.
Alex, they taste bloody delicious. In fact,
But yeah.
you need to have another one. Basically, they're so good. They're almost like they're completely addictive. You're already dead set.
Willpower's out the window.
But yeah, Alex, like, just with a mouthful, and says, "Joke's on you. I was gonna have them anymore."
Oh no, not both of you. My savior, wake up. Hi, Grizera.
If I didn't know any better, I would have thought those scales and wings were just for show until now.
So, I'm gonna need all of you to mute yourself while I pull Grisur in.
Okay.
Shouldn't take too long. Okay. Grisura,
Yes?
you're in the demiplane. And then you see Cleaver casually walk in through the front door.
Grisura immediately pulls out her weapons and is like, what the fuck?
As you reach to pull out your weapon, he's suddenly right in front of you, and you feel a sharp pain across the front of your chest. Let me just, You take 13 psychic damage. And you wake up. You can hear a commotion from outside. Well, outside your room. You're currently in your room. You just woke up.
Yeah, first thing Grisura does is take a look at her chest to see if she can find anything.
No damage. Though, you have still taken the psychic damage. It's just there's no visible wound.
Grisura's like, what the fuck?
Do you head out and meet up with the others?
Yes.
Okay. Would you guys like to describe the situation Grisura is walking into?
Chance has probably got his foot on the table, and he's just shoving dragon chocolates down Alex's throat.
All I was watching was a mild amusement on her face.
Rura looks very concerned. And then when she sees Grisura, she's like, Grisura, we're stuck in a dream.
And a very bizarre one at that.
Grisura's eyes widen as she recalls what had just happened. A dream?
Rura nods her head frantically, like,
But how can you have a dream within a dream?
Alex just gulps loudly and he says,
Sorry.
Alex just gulps loudly and he says, "Well, that's magic for you. It doesn't make any sense at the best of times."
Then, you all blink, and the next thing you know, you're standing on a map of Mayhem. Literally standing on a map of Mayhem.
Okay, where the hell is Elnath? Woo!
I don't know, you want me to try and get him?
It's his damn demi plane. He should be the one to he should be the one to protect us from such things.
We're tiptoes to try not to like step on anything too vital, and then she gives Grisura a look. She goes, "It may not be his fault. Don't just blame him all of a sudden."
I don't know if it's his fault or not, but he should get us out of here.
You actually-
what if it wasn't him?
As you explore around, you notice that it's all very detailed. You
That's
know,
right, you
like
can
the
actually smell the trees.
houses. You can see like tiny little people traveling on the trails.
Chance immediately goes over and sets the Capitol on fire.
What are
Alright.
you doing?
Pricks think they can burn me at the stake.
Kagura.
He just produced.
Kagura, you're at the main capital. You're, sipping your morning coffee. And you look out, and then you just see this giant tiefling set your entire capital on fire.
Tiefling Godzilla.
This is fine.
I got the mental image of like Chance just suddenly pulling out a Molotov cocktail and just chucking it at the city.
Kagura's just looking at this half asleep, going, "This is fine."
Vienna, you look outside of your window up in, you're over near Grimlock Island, yes?
Yeah, I'm.
And
yeah,
you see, you see a giant Grisura off the coast of, Mayhem.
Like Vierna stares at that for a moment, and then looks down at the bottle in her hand.
Yeah, Grisura's not going to be the Jolly Green Giant at this point.
And
There's your token, and there's Kagura's token.
right here. So Vierna tries to cast Sending to Grisura.
Your magic doesn't work.
I try to do it again.
Nothing happens.
Like I just keep like trying to do it and do it until it works.
You run out of spell slots.
No, I try. I try and cast other spells.
Sure thing. Eventually you run out of spell slots.
Vierna is freaking out now. She's looking around at her. Like, is the rest of the syndicate? Are they freaking out the same?
No one else is there. Also, you're not wearing any pants.
Oh, it's that. Vierna's an elf, so she would be a lucid dreamer.
Yep.
We were just stand still, and she's like, "This isn't good. I don't like this."
Vierna's just like, "Oh, it's one of those." Okay, and she just takes another drink of her and got out of the bottle that was in her hand.
As you drink the bottle, you suddenly grow up to the same size as everyone else.
Alar pauses at this, and she tries to imagine there being a second Alar.
Okay. Roll me 1d20.
Okay.
What happens if you fail?
17.
Alright. There's now 2 Alars, and you feel your brain split in 2.
Now, quick thing. While Vienna is at it, she's gonna look, just bend down and closely examine Grimlock Island, like the whole layout of all the buildings, like try and form like a perfect map in her head.
Alright. You do so. I'll let you roll intelligence to see how well you remember it.
All right, I can't choose enhance ability like I usually do. Oh well. Oh, and turn off the guidance because I can't use that either. Wait, hold on. Wrong character sheet. $15.
I mean, they both have the same modifier.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You can take them.
So I'll just take the 9 because, But, yeah.
It's a.
Well, what's that sound?
If it was a click, it was me turning my microphone back on.
Okay. So, you look at the map and you realize that it's clearly a little old because Rose's land is still intact.
Huh. That's annoying. Oh well.
So what's everyone else doing?
Alex just kind of looks over as he sees Viren and just kind of shrugs, and he's as he walks over, he's also trying to get mentally in contact with Elnath because he's assuming that this has something to do with him. And while on that, he just raises a hand and waves to Vierna. He says, "Hey, Vierna."
Yeah, a weird fucking dream we're having, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely a weird dream. Nice muscly legs, though.
Oh, thank you. So anyway, yeah, when I couldn't do magic, I kind of freaked out for a minute.
Yeah, well, seems like that's a thing for everyone.
Don't suppose you have any idea what's causing it?
Haywire magic? I don't know. I mean, seems like as plausible an explanation as any. I haven't seen Elnath yet, or anyone else, so I'm guessing he's probably pulled us into, like, I don't know, some kind of weird lucid dream he's having.
And let's try the old-fashioned way. And Vierna's just gonna yell at the sky, "Elnath, you there?"
Grisera,
No response.
Grisera yells louder. Elnath, you get up and get us out of here!
No response. Also, by
Yep.
this point, Kagura, you've drunk enough of your morning coffee to become giant. Also, your entire castle is destroyed.
I don't get to do Chipmunk Kagura.
The Alars soon run to Rura. Hey, little sis, you know what's bigger than one big sister? two big sisters.
We really are in hell.
Dennis is going to attempt something strange in an attempt to figure this out. He's going to see if he can pull draw in at all, but it's probably not going to work.
Leave your love light out of this. I don't think she wants to be in this hell.
So, I think it drops from the sky, and it looks like draw. It sounds like draw. But when you look at it closely, you can see that the face is completely messed up and, doesn't look right. It's not draw.
He used an odd look at it. It's like, are you okay?
Oh, I'm absolutely lovely, honey. Why don't I just give you a big old kiss?
Being stabbed like a cleaver doesn't sound so bad after all.
You take, let's say, like, 1 psychic damage from the kiss from Dra.
He is still trying to process what's going on. He asked her how are the kids?
Oh, the kids are all grown up. They're so lovely. They're so great. Look, here's the red one, and just a red lizard folk pops into existence beside Dra. And then here's the blue one. Another one pops into existence, fully grown.
I don't think that's draw, Alar. Yeah, you're probably right, Alar. Yellow.
He just stands there thinking. He is then going to attempt, prove that you couple knowledge thing or something.
Air quotes Dra spectacularly fails this.
He looks at her, he's like, yeah, that's not draw. And then he attempts to, mentally dismiss it.
Alright,
The undraw.
Well, that doesn't matter because the moment you say you're not Dra, the illusion just vanishes.
Okay.
Wait, will I go out like that? No, it has to be you, right? No, it can't be me. It has to be you. Wait a minute here.
Shut up, both of you.
Nope. We're hesitant and just decides to fly upward.
You fly into the air and you find a... Oh... No, I can't do that. For a moment I was going to put a bird cage up in the sky. But yeah, I can't do that.
That's way too cruel.
You're gonna make me cry.
I decided against it, but I figured I'd share that. That was an idea I had. You fly up into the sky and you see a small little island, similar to one you'd find in Frozen.
Ray looks curious and she decides to fly up to go check it out. Maybe she'll find something up there that could be useful.
You find it filled with tiny, tiny Aarakocra.
Oh, my homeland? It's so
All
small.
hail a giant Aarakocra god.
All hail the giant chicken.
Hey!
Your bags are all empty because Elnat doesn't really know what you have in them, so...
Grisera gets an idea, goes up to Alex, says, "Sorry, Alex, but this is an experiment." She grabs him by the shirt and slaps him across the face.
Ow! We already did that. Doesn't work.
I like how
You
we
take
did it.
another point of damage.
I'm sure it's just the everyone abuse Alex session today.
Well, you're the one who's linked to Elna.
I,
Should we try throwing him into the water?
to be fair, both Gazura and myself didn't know.
Fair enough.
Ooh, I want to hit Alex next. Yeah, let me hit Alex too.
I shove one of the Alars into the water. Go cool off.
You know, I should be complaining that everyone just is ganging up on me now, but I'm still distracted by just how fucking jacked Vierna is.
Ola, you're
Glad
actually
you
able to
noticed.
stand up in the ocean. It's about waist height. The ocean.
Oh, okay. Okay, I thought we were standing on water for a minute. Never mind.
Actually, you guys ever notice how bloody massive this continent is?
I always thought it was
Yep.
kind of small. Yeah, that's
Same
right.
here.
You're right, Alar. High five, Solar.
I honestly thought this island was small.
Oh yeah, it's small. When it takes you like half a year just to get from one side of it to the other.
Dennis goes over to Kagra and says, hey, Kagra, you want to help us try to figure out what's going on?
Dennis, what did you guys do?
I went to sleep.
Okay. Hey then, so we're both. This is both our faults.
If going to
no.
sleep is the problematic activity, I think all of us are at fault.
Rura slowly lands back on the ground and she just whines some more. She goes, "Tiny error, Parkra."
You can see one that looks a little bit like Judah too.
It's a Mr. Judas one. I should be happy, but I'm not happy. I don't like this. I don't
Wait.
like being giant.
Wait, I have an idea. Both the Alar says, as one tries to think about going up, and the other one tries to think about going down through the ground.
Oh god.
Okay.
What kind of dope-filled wonderland is that?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Nothing happens.
Seems like some things only work. Yeah, you're right, Alar.
Alright, well, everyone get off the island into the water.
Rura flies up and over.
Yum. Sploosh.
Are
Question,
we?
can I still fox?
I believe that's a racial ability and it doesn't use magic, so yes.
Okay, he turns into a fox
Okay.
and tries to see if he can find another water.
Question.
Come on, what?
What were you saying, Grisura?
Are we all in our armor or are we in our pajamas? What?
Up to you.
Well, I think Grisura's in her PJs. Consists of a tattered tank top and shorts.
Alright, come on, everybody. Off the island. Come on. Don't be shy. It's
Yeah,
just water.
fair
Can't
enough,
hurt ya.
Vierna is wearing a tunic of the finest silk. Like, the moment, like, she like, you can see her on the island, she's just sitting on a throne, not taking this seriously at all.
Good
mean,
to
fine,
see
fair
you
enough.
again, Fierna.
Hey,
Why are you so calm about this?
Yep, you brought it. Vienna, you didn't. There's no throne. There might be a chair, but I don't think there'd be a throne.
a chair will do. Like,
Plus,
oh,
there's
come
the
on.
fact that you're giant now, so you're more sitting on the island than on a chair.
Whatever. Like, but yeah. Oh, come on! It's not like any of this is real. It's a dream.
So how do we wake up?
Oh, I don't know any. And I don't know.
Well, I have an idea.
And that is?
Well, everyone has to get off the island first and into the water.
God, Nami, get your tails into the water.
Again, the ocean's just waist high for you guys.
Geronimo!
Dennis is going to roll perception while he's under the water, which is
Okay.
probably not going to help.
So you all
You
get
just
off the
got-
island, and you roll perception. Okay.
Kagura's doing this. He's looking back and forth between the two Alars and just goes, "Oh God, there's two of them."
Like, that's what I said.
I don't want them teasing me. One alert teasing me is worse as it is.
I feel very attacked right now. No, I feel really attacked right now.
Do the Alars argue about who feels more attacked?
No. They both feel very attacked.
Alright. Alright, well, everyone line up along the coast.
Everyone does so. What are you doing, Alex?
You too, Vierna.
You're going to push the land?
We're going to roll it up, yes.
But there's little people around.
They're not
Yeah, well,
real.
they don't react to everything, so let's just, I don't know, see what this does.
It's
They
just
didn't
a
check-
dream, Rura.
it-
It's just a
it-
dream.
They didn't react when I set at the Capitol on fire.
Alright, so everyone dig in your nails and start rolling.
No.
Alright, okay.
Out of character. Shouldn't we be over here?
No.
No, because there's no land mass over there.
Oh.
Do we make any progress?
Give me a second. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay.
Math. Yay.
It's just one more. Okay. I'm fine with that. Rather comically, you're able to grab the edges of the land and you slowly roll it up like a piece of paper.
Oh dear.
And then when you lift it up, you're now holding a map of Mayhem.
Giant rolled up map.
What's underneath it? Is there more ocean?
Out of character. I didn't know we were in a Looney Tunes.
Underneath the map is just light.
Light?
Well, like a white void.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Well, I'm guessing this is the next level of the dream, so let's just head on in, I guess.
What?
Okay. Let me move you over to the map.
Oh.
There you guys go.
I think fantastic. We just made things worse.
Hey, look, everybody! It's a visual representation of my mind.
Uh-huh. Oh wait, no, I'm not there. Neither of me is there, so I'm not gonna do anything.
Oh, I must have missed your tokens when I was copying things over. Let me grab them.
They were like they were at like the south end of Mayhem. So
Ah, there you are.
Well,
That's why I didn't find.
If it's a dream like you guys are saying it is, then it must be a visual representation of someone's mind.
Dennis is going to attempt to summon an instance of... I just forgot his name. Elnath.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking of doing too, like just like thinking about Elnath.
Alright. Okay. Elnath appears.
Dennis goes over to him. What's going on?
He's
Actually,
rubbing his eye as he seems to be sort of half awake as he goes, "What do you mean what's going on?"
We seem to be stuck in a dream that may or may not be yours.
He glances around a bit and then just looks back to them and then says, "Have you tried imagining a door out?"
Dennis just face palms.
Elnath yawns.
And then he attempts to make a door.
Okay. You gotta think harder than that. You're not trying hard enough. Oh. Ooh.
I guess. How do we even get in here, though?
I don't know. I'm tired.
He tries harder.
Alright. Yeah, a door appears.
Okay, why don't we try going through this? It's not like it could possibly go wrong.
Oh, don't say that.
Is that you're going first? Yeah, like Bjarne just walks up just for that. We're going first, and Bjarne kicks him through it.
Alright.
He stumbles through.
Is anyone else in sheer Kagura just goes, is anyone else in sheer disbelief that even Dennis is getting annoyed by all this?
I mean, this is just kind of,
Elnath
It is what
opens
it
his
is.
red eyes and just says, "You will have to forgive me. I've been very tired as of late."
You look at...
You're fine, Elnath. Yeah, you're fine.
Rura looks uneasy.
For reference, did Dennis vanish after going through the door?
I'll get to what happens to you after, but yes, you vanished through the door.
Okay.
Gazura, with a thought, approaches Elnath. Is making the demi-plane too strenuous for you?
I don't know. I'm too tired to think. I'm gonna go back to sleep. And his form begins to just slowly fade away.
Rura holds out a hand like she wants to say something, but just keeps her beak shut and just draws it back slowly.
The fading slowly stops and he gives a tired look to Rura. "Did you want something?"
She jolts in surprise, and then she fidgets a little bit, and so and she walks up to him and softly just grabs his hand. Does she touch it?
Sure. He looks to your grip and then up to you.
She then reaches out and like pats his chest a little bit to make sure she didn't, from her dream, make sure there's nothing there.
There's nothing there. He gives a yawn
Okay.
and then just pats your head a bit and then says, "I'm alright, Rura, I'm alright."
I just wanted to be sure. I didn't have a very pleasant dream. She says and slowly gives him a smile, looking more at ease, and then lets his hand go. You can go sleep now.
And he begins to fade away again.
See you later, Elnath.
Take care.
You're making me tired. Stop it.
And he's gone. You think I'm making you tired? You try playing a tired character. Oh.
So
Alex
what
just Alex just sighs and says, God, it gets more depressing every time I see him.
Grisura, having heard the conversation, approaches Burra. You said you had a bad dream before waking up to this?
She sighs and she rubs her arm in an easy way, and she goes, it was just a dream.
Grisura then looks to everyone else. Did everyone else have a bad dream before waking up here?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point in time. You guys noticed that Dennis hasn't come back.
Well, Rura sighs, and then she does give a bit of a slightly irritated look at Alex at that comment he made about how MF is looking worse. And she just silently huffs and walks through the door.
Alright, Rira vanishes.
We better head out the door too. We'll continue this on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You and any chance are already through.
So, out of curiosity, what happens if only one alarm goes through?
I don't know. That depends on what Allah does. As in, does Allah only take one through? Does Allah take both through? Well, that's up to Allah.
I'm just waiting.
Are you sending one or both of your clones through the door, Allah?
I'm not going through the door yet.
Okay.
Alex just kind of scratches his head and he says, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to talk to her.
Alright, so
Anyway, let's get going.
Who other than Allah isn't going through the door? No one? Okay. Allah, what are you doing?
I had a plan, but I kind of forgot it, so I'm going through the door. I'll take both Alars through the door.
Alright. You all reappear in the demi-plane. You wake up from your beds. Allah? There's now two of you.
Oh no.
Dennis is going to step out and try the outside door again, see if it even works.
It works. You're able to open it and visit Ra.
Okay. He goes up to Ra and he's like, there's something I would like to talk to you about. Or like to do the draw proxy or something.
Alright, you guys talk and it seems to be the real draw.
Okay. He doesn't attempt to summarize it, he just gives it to Ra.
Fair enough. She'll then ask about the names and you'll probably make an excuse and head back to the demi-plane. Am I right? Am I right?
He pauses for a moment and he's like, that's okay, yeah, I'll work on that.
Alright.
Actually, while everyone else is still working, should we work on it?
She
Let's
says
these
sure,
some of them.
but I will get back to that later because that's up to you and I'm not going to do your job for you, Dennis.
Okay.
So, everyone else, you all wake up in your beds. You got your magic back. What do you guys do?
Grisura's gonna stay in her. Oh, sorry.
Grisura goes and splashes cold water on her face to make sure she's really awake.
It feels like cold water.
The Alars are gonna poke at Seren.
Uh-oh.
Seren gives a terrified cry.
How do we fix this?
Rura was at first sitting on her bed, kind of sad, and then when she heard Seren's cry, she immediately bolts out of her door, goes over to the room. What happened? What happened?
As you open the door, the two Alars pop back together. There's now only one Alar in the room.
Oh, my head.
Rura looks around frantic. She goes, "What, Seren? Are you okay?"
There was two Alars.
The other Alar came. A big sis, are you okay?
My head. I felt like my brain just came together again.
Okay, good.
You take 24 psychic damage.
Oh, my head!
Rura just sighs in relief, and manages a small smile at least. At least she's quotations okay in quotations.
I feel pain.
Out of character, what is the D&D equivalent to aspirin?
There is none.
Alcohol.
Deal with it.
Honestly.
Just try to respect sis. Rura just kind of gives a small amused look and laugh, and then just looks to Sren. Sren, make sure you take care of her, okay?
Yes.
No, wait. There's something I want to do. We should celebrate, I suppose.
Celebrate?
We never really celebrate our victories. Maybe we should at least do this once.
Rura looks curious at this, but then she also seems to deflate a little. She goes, I mean, if you want to, go ahead. I'm not really feeling like a celebratory mood.
Okay.
So, what do you guys do?
Alice kind of waits for Rura to get back outside her room.
Yeah.
Rura kind of walks out, and then she notices Alex is there, and she just stares silently at him.
Hey Rura. You don't mind if we talk, do you?
She looks unsure for a second, but then she sighs and she gives him a nod and a small smile. Sure, if you want to.
You want to talk privately in your room, or?
She just shrugs and then heads on her, opening the door and letting him in.
Thank you. So, yeah, I was kind of a bit thoughtless back there. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I know you didn't mean much by it. She just hugs herself and looks kind of sad. She goes, I'm just trying not to think about it.
I know. I try not to think about it myself. It's just that, well, he's been a part of both of our families for so long. It's just hard to imagine a world without him.
She just nods her head and her eyes close as she wipes them quickly to try not to cry, but she can't help it.
But, well, when the time does come eventually, I don't want to see him off with a frown, you know?
I know, and I agree. I just don't want to lose him. I know I'm not in a way, and I know he asked me a favor, and I'm gonna fulfill it. It's just I can't fulfill. He was all I had, so I know I have you all, and I appreciate that. But it's, I guess, my first time losing somebody I actually really cared for.
it never really gets any easier, but listen, Rura, I know we don't really talk that much, and we really should, especially considering, that link we have and all, but how do I put this? I just want to tell you that don't feel like that when it does happen, you are alone in the world. And I mean in terms of family. I know it's kind of a weird relationship that you have with your birth parents and all that, but what I mean to say is, well, since Elnath's been a part of our, my family and your family for quite a while, I want you to know that, that same courtesy extends to my family, to you as well. You're always welcome to be a part of my family.
She actually looks surprised at him, looking upward a bit. She never really thought about that, or the fact that he's actually offering, and she looks downward a little bashful. She goes, "Really?"
I mean, of course. I'm sure my kids would just love to hear all the stories that they're on Rura would love to tell them.
Rura actually gasps with an actual happy blush and smile on her face. She goes, "I can be an aunt?"
Well, if you want to be. I just want you to know that, well, even at the end, you're not going to be alone. You'll have my family, and of course you'll have everyone, all the friends we've made, but it's just, well, I admit, due to that link that we have with Elnath, I do feel like perhaps there's a bit more of a responsibility on my part. Maybe unjustly, but you get where I'm coming from, right?
She gives a small laugh and looks downward thoughtfully with a smile. "I suppose, but I can also still take care of myself." And then she sighs deeply, and she closes her eyes and recalls the dream she had. "I just am learning what real friendship is, and there's a part of me that's still kind of scared that I might be left behind, or I may not be a good friend. But you guys are at least reassuring me that I am in a way. And I thank you for that, for trying to include me. That means a lot. I know I don't say it very often, but the fact that you and everybody here are at least trying is helping me realize that this is a real friendship."
I mean, hey, like I said, you and me were practically family before we even knew it anyway, so, when our adventuring days are over, don't be a stranger. I'm sure the kids would love to fly around with you when they can.
She giggles at the thought, especially with the fact that she recalls how her and Alex were practicing flying as well until they got the hang of it. She goes, "I like that very much."
And hey, you feeling a little better now?
Mm-hmm. She perks up a little bit more, her wings kind of fluttering behind her happily. She goes, "I am. Thank you, Alex."
Hey, it's no problem, Aurora.
And I'll
Anyway.
try not to be a stranger. I mean, I don't know how well I'm going to do. I mean, especially since everybody's probably going to go all over the place, but I want to do my best.
Well, we'll see where we end up, but like I said, you'll always be a part of my family as well.
She just smiles brightly, and then she stands up and then grabs Alex and pulls him into a hug with her wings around him too.
There we go. I was honestly wondering if I should hug you or not, since, well, I wasn't entirely sure if you were okay with the whole physical contact thing yet.
"I'm getting there," she says, and then quickly lets him go, pushing him away a little bit with a nervous laugh. "I'm trying."
Well, regardless, just keep it in mind, okay?
She nods to him with a casual smile.
And well, even if you don't want to think about it, if you need to talk about it, well, I could probably relate more than anyone.
Definitely. She again looks down for a second, then back up. I'll keep that in mind, Alex, because I have to not be so selfish, because I know when he's gone, you also will be very upset. So we'll help each other out through this.
Alright, well, I should probably go and eat something before my stomach just collapses in on itself, so see you in a bit, okay?
Or if you decide to puke out those dragon chocolates you ate, too. So yeah, it's probably best you get actual solid food in you and not just sweets.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. Anyway, see you later.
See ya.
And there we go.
Anything else anyone has they want to do?
Real quick, after Alex leaves, Rura takes a deep breath, lets it out, and then gives a determined look, and she slams open her door, turns around to where Alar's at. She goes, "Change of plans, let's have the celebratory dinner."
Alara looks over to Rura. She just felt silent and a little depressed and just walks on.
I should mention, Allah, that Sren was taking care of you for a little bit, trying to soothe your headache.
Okay.
That's what you were doing before this.
Okay.
Alright, continue.
Rura was a little confused, because at first Alara was in pain, because of her head. And now she was saying how they needed to have an actual celebratory dinner. And when she suggested it, she just walked away, so Rura looks really confused.
DM, before I continue this over, is it okay if I use the passive perception?
Sure.
Okay. Just making sure. Otherwise, I didn't want to consider metagaming or not.
Sure.
Okay. Alright, Alara's just moving on.
Does anyone else have anything they would like to do?
Cocker is here.
You guys, anyone got things they want to do?
I can do more stuff if people don't want to. I mean,
Dennis returns from his visit.
I just didn't want to hold off the entire thing.
Grisera is in no mood to celebrate. She is actually still shaken about her nightmare before the whole dreamscape scene.
Seems everybody is. Rura will come in and she goes, "Oh, Capra."
Hey. I guess you're all... I see you're all surprised to see me here?
Kinda, but I'm pretty sure you're probably here for a specific reason, right?
You... If what Grisera is telling me is right, then you guys all had the dream too.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda, yeah.
Good to know the door worked. Welcome back. After I was blooded through it.
At any rate, what just happened?
How about the foggiest? Probably related to Elnath, though.
You were probably
if I had
pulled into his dream.
I mean,
Elnath's pulled into Elnath's dream? Why? How? Why?
Well, I mean, it might not necessarily be his dream. I actually do remember that I've actually had a few out-of-body experiences while I've slept in these sorts of in-between realms.
I have a couple theories myself.
I mean, I can go into the specifics of it all, but basically, what it boils down to is that it's likely just, well, they were just feeling the effects of having, lived in here for so long.
But Fiona and I, he stopped coming in here regularly a long time ago.
Yet you guys still have a connection to this place.
I suppose that's true.
And, well, you're both very magical races, so it stands to reason,
So, did anyone visit the kitchen? You guys were making food, weren't you?
Yeah, to get breakfast, cereal, what have you.
Alright. I will mention that, you briefly saw, as Maid was handing you the breakfast, you did briefly see Elnath sitting on a chair in there, sipping, like, some sort of hot beverage.
Hey, Elnath.
He gives a grunt, but he didn't respond. He was still out of it, shall we say. But I'm just saying that Elnath is in the kitchen, that's all.
Well, if you want to talk to him, Kagura, he is in the kitchen, but just try not to bother him too much. He's been very tired lately.
Is he okay?
He's
Looks
just old.
uneasy.
He's just old, Kagura.
I do have a couple theories of my own. What if we're getting close to that time?
You
The
mean
end of the end of the time loop?
Yeah, that. Now that I'm reminded of, I was going to bring this up after we finished with the Crumpfist, but since you brought it up, I might as well discuss it with everyone right now.
Yes. What was that about a time loop?
Long story short, our situation is beyond messed up.
I can tell that, but what's that about a time loop?
Basically, at some point, the world is devoured by what is called an astral dragon, and for the past 50,000 years or so, someone has been trying to make sure that doesn't happen.
So we've basically been going
Again,
back
that's
in
what the
time.
that's what the astral dragon looks like.
All right. I'm gonna just go drink alcohol until that makes sense.
Hold on, that reminds me of something. Remember when we were in the time loop in Fulma?
Yep.
That doctor was ready to drop. Was pretty much at death's door when we put a stop to that.
That he was.
Maintaining that time, being trapped in that time loop took a toll on him. The longer it lasted.
True, but he never got a chance to sleep.
Regardless, even if the same day was starting over and over again, and I would assume his body would be in the same physical condition, yet it was still ill sapping his strength. Elnath has been maintaining this same 500-year time loop for we don't know how many times. And what kind of toll do you think that would have had? What kind of toll do you think that's had to have had on him?
Oh, quite a severe toll.
Rura hugs herself as she looks uneasy again with a small frown on her face. Well, of course he's so tired because of that.
Regardless, that's it's a similar matter but completely separate. What I need to discuss with you all, and well, Chance doesn't necessarily need to hear this, but you know, he's off guzzling alcohol.
Do you decide to call Vienna and ask her to come in?
Yeah. Dennis, could you be my go-to man?
He sends the message out.
I'm assuming you show up, Vienna?
Yes. Like, curiously enough, if I do not walk in through the door, you don't know how I got in here.
Give me a second, I'm trying to resize your token. Please stop. Give me a second. Still too big. Okay, that should be good.
Yeah, so I walk in from the hallway.
Hey, Vienna.
Hello? You called?
Come through the door next time.
Hey, the key. I couldn't find my key. Too lazy to search for it.
Mm-hmm.
This coming from the same person who got on me for not hiding my key.
Anyway, you wanted to talk?
All right, so since we're somewhat close to dealing with Necromphis, we need to discuss the elephant in the room, and that is, well, Elnath had. Well, I don't know if any of you have been told this, but in regards to the calamity, when are we going to tackle it?
As soon as Elnath is done writing the scroll.
All right, but we also have to discuss at what point are we going to, well, travel back to the past to take care of it.
Make this clearer, you can decide what time to return to. Say, like, 1 year before the calamity, 5 years, 10 years.
So we'd have to discuss about how far back we go?
Well, assuming my understanding of the situation is correct, well, depending on when we tackle it, we may have an easier time.
So again, we have to figure out when and how far we go back then.
Can't admit. And I mean, why do it? I vote just go a few weeks back. I vote just go a few weeks back in time and fix what's already been done. We try to change inch too much, then we might erase ourselves from history or some nonsense like that.
So a few weeks before. So a few weeks before it comes out.
Yeah.
I have an idea. Will we know what that the wish spell worked when the time comes?
Yes, we will know.
Okay, then we won't. We won't need to.
The side effects will be, which is why we need to word it as carefully as possible.
I was gonna suggest we go back to before I had one of those one of my outbursts, or before Elnath got the blood out of me.
That wouldn't really solve anything. The calamity still happened. We're trying to prevent the calamity.
So wait, wouldn't that mean going back 500 years to when it first appeared?
You're on the money, yes.
I thought we're not trying to prevent the calamity, though. We're trying to undo it.
More or less, yes.
So you want You
That
want
mean-
to find. You
Yeah,
want
let's-
to find out. You want to find out who severed the astral dragon's ties to the plane and stop them.
Well, Vierna and I actually had a discussion about that. We suspect we know what did it already.
And it's on Zura's back. And
Well,
I said, don't stop it from happening in the first place. Is who knows what that would do to history. You focus on stopping it here and now.
I'm in favor of this. Probably shouldn't be messing too much with time.
Well, time's already so beyond messed up anyway that we've got God knows what else is going on.
And exactly. Let's not mess with it further.
All right, well, I just thought I'd introduce the idea to everyone so we could all silently contemplate what we want, and when the time comes, we will, discuss it after we've dealt with her Kronfus. While we're here, Grisora, could you summon Arcanus?
Dream.
You were
Is there-
muted, Dream.
Oh, sorry. Grisera obeys and calls out Arcanus.
All right, so since you can talk to it, ask it if it remembers severing a celestial dragon's connection to something.
Grisera sweat drops and, feeling ridiculous, asks Arcanus the question.
Oh, am I allowed to speak now, friend, or do you still want me to shut up?
Just answer the question.
Radio? Yes. I will now shut up.
Okay, so you were involved with this severing? Fine. You are allowed to talk.
Why do you hate me so much? Have I done something wrong?
It just feels unnatural to have a sword talk.
I didn't ask to be made.
You're a magic knight. You're an eldritch knight, Grisora. Unnatural is what you deal in. Now let the sword talk.
Wow, I can feel the love. Anyway.
Yes, I was made explicitly to sever the bond of the astral dragon.
Who made you?
Give me a moment, because I want to think this over.
Oh boy.
Because it's just, I want to make sure I'm getting this right, if you know what I mean.
Yep.
Marco.
All those.
Hello.
Alright. The sword has a long pause, and then it speaks up. The Platinum Dragon. Who else would have the power?
The Platinum Dragon?
And Galnel spent so much time talking up his old boss.
Wait, so the Platinum Dragon? You mean
Bahamut?
Bahamut?
You guys
Well-
don't know who a Bahamut is.
Oh.
The
Completely
Bahamut
different
doesn't
universe, guys.
exist in this world.
Dennis is going to attempt to figure out who this might be.
Or you could let Alex speak.
Ah, that's true. Go ahead.
Wait, So, the Platinum Dragon, you mean the god of dragons?
Well, yes, but he typically doesn't go by that title.
And what title does he go by?
The Platinum Dragon.
Does he have a name other than that? Like,
I
she didn't
believe
point to Alec.
I believe he does. I'm just... Where did I
Elnath,
put it? Sorry?
Elnath said he was dead.
That he is, and, well, because he's dead, it's the reason why, well, the world gets destroyed by the Calamity. Because, from my understanding, the Calamity, also known as the Celestial Dragon, is eating his corpse.
So if we prevent the Platinum Dragon's death,
then everything will be right as rain.
Why would this Platinum Dragon want to sever an astral dragon's ties to its home in the first place?
was that question directed to Arcanus?
I can't think of anyone else who'd be able to answer it.
I don't know, I'm just a sword. I like chopping things up and dicing people.
You also like to talk.
Yes, but I mean, if you suddenly had a mouth, would you not want to use it?
Anyway, so who used you when you severed the dragon's ties? What's the Platinum?
The Dragon King.
Okay.
The Platinum
Okay,
Dragon.
Okay, so it wasn't someone completely different. Then how about this? Can you recall how he died?
The Astral Dragon, furious and angry, rounded on him and swallowed both of us whole.
Wait, swallowed you whole?
Yeah.
So, but how are you here?
Well, he spat me back out after. Swords don't really go down the stomach well.
I mean, have you tried swallowing a toothpick? Kind of like that.
Well, what I mean is, why didn't this Platinum Dragon use this Arcanus to cut his way out of the Astral Dragon?
I don't know, you'd have to ask him yourself.
I don't suppose there's a time spell in Frozen's tower, is there, Dennis?
If there was one, it would. If this quality, it would probably be in the library, in the demi-plane.
Does anyone else have any questions?
Also, if there is one of that scale, it probably wouldn't have any casting instructions. He says, as he recalls reading the entries for fly in the city and the city cannot be hurt spells.
Alright. Anyway.
Hold on, guys. Cat.
So, are we friends now? I mean, am I allowed to talk?
As long as you be quiet when we're on stealthy missions.
Of course. I mean, why would I talk during then? You're trying to be quiet. That's just stupid.
I'm back.
Alright, so I actually do have one last question for Arcanus.
Well, ask away.
Alright, well, how far ahead did the Platinum Dragon expect things? Like, was he omniscient, or...
Oh, he was omniscient and omnipresent.
So he likely foresaw his own death. Which would probably explain why Elnath has been running himself ragged over all of this. But I guess we all already knew that.
He is the god of gods. He created all.
Wait, so... Oh yeah, that's right. We all live in his wings, right?
Yup.
Alex just looks to Vierna and smiles. Hey, Vierna.
Yes.
Dragons are better than dolphins.
So, what now?
One moment. I have a very important decision to make right here.
Okay.
Is it whether or not to kill me?
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you.
Just gonna make me hurt real bad?
Hold on, let's see here.
You know, let's just let this happen. Let's see what happens, because Alex has just kind of accepted whatever consequences come at this point.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Bestow Curse at the 7th level.
Oh no.
Disadvantage on all charisma checks and saving throws for the next 24 hours.
Okay.
Vierna, I don't think we're in any good position to be jokingly throwing out curses at each other.
Alex. Guys. Alex. You say Vienna just slowly starts to smile at you. And then you feel a sudden shivering in your body. And all that confidence that you had suddenly fades away. And you realize you're in a big room with people all looking right at you.
Care to repeat that, Gold Gale?
And now you have stage fright.
Oh god, she cast fear on him.
No, I did not.
I'm just adding flavor to the disadvantage.
Yeah, basically, I cast Bestow Curse on him. He now has disadvantage on basically everything charisma related for the next 24 hours.
Yep, so hence the stage fright.
Yeah. Grizzer narrows her eyes at Vierna. Thanks a lot.
Guys,
we were supposed.
Let Alex react.
Okay.
Seriously. I mean, Alex, takes a moment, inhales, and just... He has his eyes closed, you notice. And he just says, I'm just saying, Vierna, it's... Well, we've heard it from the sword itself. It's an objectively provable fact.
I think the sword is a biased source.
I mean, sure, you can think that if you want to. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm just saying.
Dennis goes over to...
You don't sound very confident in that assertion suddenly.
Oh gee, I wonder why that is. Could it be that some drow bitch just cursed me?
Swear.
Well, when a dragon gives you the power to do that, you let me know.
Vierna, we really don't need any curses slung around, especially when I don't know, tomorrow we're gonna
It'll
infiltrate.
wear off by then. Relax.
This bickering is both irrelevant and unproductive.
Exactly. I was actually hoping to infiltrate the territory today.
Well, you can wait one. Well, can you guys please wait one more day for it to wear off?
It seems
the plan isn't ready to be enacted yet. You're still waiting for everyone to get into position.
Exactly.
Speaking of which,
you are very fortunate.
When you guys thought you guys didn't seriously think I'd actually do this anyway, did you?
yes.
You hear a
But,
soft set of footsteps slowly rising up some stairs. And then Elnath turns the corner, sipping a piping hot cup of coffee as he sits down. He gives a stifled yawn as he says, I'm up.
Hey, Elnath.
Elnath.
Yes, I'm here.
Maybe you should go back to bed?
I will after this. I figured you guys have some questions, so I'm keeping myself awake to answer them.
Grisera sighs and brings out Arcanus, because I'm pretty out of character. I'm sure he hasn't seen it yet, so this sword has some interesting things to say.
Elnath sips his drink and the sword repeats what you all heard, and Elnath just rubs his temple as he goes, yeah, that sounds like that platinum dragon. He really doesn't like explaining things, shall we say?
Do you have any idea where we can find him?
Oh yeah, he's just in the past.
I mean, where specifically? What location in the past?
Alright,
Well, I mean, Alex, sorry, am I cutting in?
Go
Nope.
for it.
Well, I mean, Grisera, Arcanus did say he was omniscient and omnipresent, correct?
Even with the intelligence, she has no idea what those words mean.
Basically, omniscient means all-knowing, and omnipresent, I think means all, omnipresent,
All-seeing.
always there,
All-seeing.
all-seeing. So, I mean, if we just suddenly, showed up one day, he'll probably get curious. Maybe he'll know what's going on, and he'll come and look for us, or maybe
He
request
knows
us,
you're all coming. He's got a physical form in the Platinum City in Mayhem. Once you head back in time, you just have to, I think it's about a year or two journey by foot. Might be about a month on our cats and eagle dogs.
Alright, so we're gonna need to give ourselves a much larger buffer than we expected.
If you wish to see him, yeah.
Where exactly is this Platinum City?
It's in the very center of Norheim. I will make a handout so you guys can see the map. Because Elnath is just going to very lazily, slowly, well, he'll throw the map at Alex because he's very tired and, yeah. That fair?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Let's see. Places. I'm just getting the map up now, but shouldn't be very... Here we go. Norheim. It's uploading. I mean, I was going to give you the map when you guys arrived, but I can give it to you earlier. It's... You can actually see Mayhem on it if you look. This is Mahem.
Is this what the mainland looked like before the calamity?
Yeah.
Yep.
You can see Mayhem in the bottom left. It was called the Wildlands back then.
Oh,
Look it out.
to think it used to be this huge.
And I thought, and you think Mayhem is as massive as it is now?
Mayhem is nothing compared to this.
And this is what I'm trying to save. He points towards the Dragon City, and then he says, I think that would be about a month's journey by owl cats and eagle dogs. I can't confirm it. It's been a while, and my memory isn't what it used to be. And you see the bridge there? You see that bridge? That bridge is days across. It's massive. Oh, you should see it.
Why does everything have to be so massive in this world?
I guess it just feels that way when you're living on an island.
Anyway, so seems like we're probably at least going to have to give ourselves a year and a half to properly, well, take care of the dragon.
Oh, but that's the map, and yeah, most of the dragons have a city around the platinum one. The evil dragons are the only exception. They typically have lairs somewhere on the land. They don't all go in the same place, but the older ones typically take the best territory.
Good thinking.
Any other questions?
You say this is before what happens to the Platinum Dragon. What about all the other gods?
Oh, there's just too many to count. They all were fighting the Platinum No, not the Platinum. They were all fighting the Calamity. Well, the ones left after the war. There was some sort of god war that happened in the past. It was ancient history by the time I was born, though. But there were still more gods back then than what we have now. But what can you do? A god dies when it's no longer remembered.
How much will hit? And we have no way of knowing how much that history will change. And if we save the Platinum Dragon's life,
We don't, but the dragon did. He was omnipotent.
clearly not.
Elnath will start to roll up the map unless anyone else wants to look at it.
Alex just mumbles something under his breath.
So, I would have to double check, but I believe to cross the entire island, to cross the entire mainland takes like 5 or 10 years. Maybe more.
Again, why does everything have to be so massive?
Again, it just feels that way when you're living on an island.
Well, I mean, it already takes like half a year to get from one end of Mayhem to the other.
Yeah, that's why most of the cities were self-governed. There were guilds and organizations that would go around, but for the most part, it was self-governing and relying on adventurers to cover any gaps in the guards and that. They had these adventuring guilds that would they would get assigned to specific areas, and the adventurers would go to the guilds to get their missions and then head out and yeah. He takes a sip of his drink and looks to see that it's nearly empty. You got a bit of more time before I go back to sleep. Is there anything else you would like to know?
I mean, I think all my questions have been answered.
Kagura looks like he wants to say something. He's very hesitant. In fact, you can all see he's a very pained expression on his face, looking at Elna.
You look like you have a question, Kagura.
It wouldn't have been anything Rura wouldn't have. It's nothing Rura wouldn't have already asked you.
Hmm?
Is that you, Lala, asking me to repeat myself, or is that Elnath?
Elnath's made that sound. Hmm? As in, oh yeah? Well, what's the question?
Are you alright?
I'm just old.
Rura has a pain expression as well as she just stays silent and glances downward sadly.
Years are catching up to me.
Has it been like a cumulative adding over the loops, or has it been reset on the start of each loop?
It's best if you don't think about it. Both have affected me different ways. There's a reason
Okay.
I'll be having you all polymorphed when we travel back in time. It's so you guys don't meet your past selves.
And we're traveling back to.
You don't have to change race or anything if you don't want to, but I will have to change your appearance. This is just so neither of you recognize each other, and that will prevent the timelines from converging, shall we say.
We're traveling back to before. Is there really a danger of meeting our past selves? We're traveling back 500 years, well before any of us were born.
Yes, and we've done this how many loops?
He's saying that there's ought to be several different versions of us running around in that same time period.
Oh. When that's done, will we be able to come back to this time period?
Oh, it's not just us going back in time. The entire island will be.
Wait, wouldn't that mean that there'd be a whole nother mayhem right on top of the one from back then?
Not only there would be, yes, except Sasha is a god, and he's able to prevent that.
He's been doing this for the better part of like 50,000 years, you said?
It's why the Arakocran Island isn't always in range of mayhem. sometimes it's close enough that you guys are able to visit.
Well, are we all good? Because, yeah.
I wouldn't separate you from your families.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. All right, I have no problems with it. I have no problems with this plan now.
Oh, wait, I actually do have Elnath, sorry, I'm holding you up.
It's
I do actually...
It's why there's islands that have technology to travel the stars. But
Alright, well,
yes,
I do
your
actually
question?
I do actually have one more question, yeah. Yeah, so considering this is time, and time is weird, that, you know, like, you said that you've had to wait for us sometimes, but considering what it is that we're doing, if we leave and we spend like a year in the past and we return to this time period, for the people here, will it be like we were gone for like 2 seconds?
He said he was bringing the entire island with us, Alex.
Okay, right.
There's a reason
That was,
people often say that Mayhem is quite difficult to find. It's because sometimes they do just vanish into the past.
And we're no different.
Alright, well, I think that's it for now.
You see those many islands off the coast of Norheim?
Those are different. Those are all the different Mayhems that you've sent back?
He nods.
But they're smaller than the original Mayhem that's the Wildlands.
Yeah,
Are these, like-
that's just because I mean, not
Drawing maps is hard.
No, it's just I can't exactly copy and paste in the map editor. Oh,
Okay.
that's just erosion. And I mean, some of them have had wars, and not all of them. I doubt the same, and there are islands further out that do look more similar to Mayhem. But there is also magic in place to ensure that no one recognizes that the islands are the same. This is just to prevent confusion. The less people think about the best people think about time. The less people that think about time, the less the magic is strained.
If this is a question.
All
Or more of a
right. Yes, continue with that. I'm sorry, I'm very tired.
Very. If we prevent the calamity from happening, does that mean all these islands will disappear?
Not with the spell I'm using.
And Ninja's head gone because she was nodding off.
That's the thing about gold level magic. It defies common sense.
So
Right. You guys are the dream that happened. Yeah, sorry about that. The wave's starting to break up. Odds are nearly everyone in Mayhem had the same dream, or had a similar dream.
What about the dreams before them?
Elnas shrugs. I do not know.
Because I
Was it-
dreamt that I got stabbed by Cleaver,
I
I'm
think those
and I felt it.
Yeah, well, that was a nightmare, Grisura.
Yeah, but I felt it.
I cannot
So?
say. I'm not a dreamweaver. All I can say is that the weird dreams were caused because the weave is starting to unravel. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if you find your spells casting at higher potencies than you're normally used to.
How is it also affecting magic items?
Potentially, when it gets really bad, but for now, the effects are just minor. We've still got time.
Alright, well,
So when you send the island back in time, does that mean that everyone's going to be permanently disguised or something?
No, the islands have magic in place to that's actually a good point. I didn't think of that. DM wise, I didn't think about.
Because we
Okay.
technically can't. Yeah.
Sort of. The island will be hidden until every person that could meet their second double has perished. And if they do travel to the mainland, the chances of running into themselves is very low, especially with an island, especially with the land as large as it is. What was I talking about before you asked that question? It was important. Damn it.
okay. Hey, question before. Okay, so retrace steps. Question before that, what was fuck. Alright,
I think
so
I
what,
was talking
what,
about time. Right, the weave. See,
yeah, that was
the
it.
weave breaking apart like it is the reason this magic is possible. Well, to this scale anyway. It would still be possible, but there is a lot to consider when moving an entire island into the past. But well, when an ancient dragon is slowly gobbling up the realities one by one, you need to take what you can with you.
Makes sense.
Any other questions?
Is there supposed to be anyone in charge of repairing the weave at all, or something?
The weave will repair itself naturally, Dennis.
Normally it would repair itself, yes, but unfortunately we don't exactly have a god of magic at the moment. So the weave is sort of just on autopilot, shall we say.
Okay.
We have a few gods that are able to, let's say, they do a patch job. And that it's good enough to function, but not good enough to stop the magic we're going to be casting.
Okay. I take it Tanuki and the others are along with this plan then? Or do we just leave them behind, or...
Oh, they're coming with us. They have a
Okay.
They have a game planned. I believe they're going to be playing I believe it's called Gods and Planets. They'll be playing it in the basement.
Dennis thinks for a while recalls that one. I need to go find that tablet.
I can get it for you. It's right here.
Ah, yes. I remember encountering a tablet that said that Tanuki's a nerd, don't worship him.
Yes. That was probably written by Jomongo or Kuryo. One of them. They never liked the hobby. Sashalas is actually the planet master.
Interesting.
Well, I guess Vino's gonna have to learn how to garden now.
Any other questions?
So we all good now?
Nope.
Alright. So, I'll just do a quick TLDR because there was a lot discussed, and then we'll wrap up the session. So, TLDR. The dream was because you got a giant astral dragon nibbling on the magic weave. You're going to be transporting all of Mayhem back into the past with you. You can decide whatever time you want to, when to go back. A year, 2 years, whatever. The Platinum Dragon can be met in the past. And Elnath is very tired.
Okay.
Dennis has one more quick question.
Yeah?
Do you happen to remember the teleportation circle sigils for the Dragon City?
Elnath pauses for a moment and then he just gives a sigh and he says, I'm sorry, I can't remember. My memory hasn't been that good.
It's understandable.
We'll be fine, Dennis. If the Dragon King knows we're coming, then he'll come and find us and likely teleport us there himself.
I remember when I first met him. I was very excited. I didn't exactly know I was a dragon then, and I met a dragon on the way. I was very excited. I mean, it's not very often that the Platinum Dragon meets non-dragons, and then he showed up and told me to stop role-playing.
Wow, sounds like a bit of a mood killer.
Yeah, well, I should probably get to resting.
Okay. Good night.
He rises, the cup completely empty now, and he begins to yawn again and slowly start to make his way back to the beach. Alright, anything you want to do before you wrap up?
Yeah. I do actually want one thing.
Go for it.
After all that, Alex says, oh yeah, that reminds me, I still got that one shard left.
You gonna use it?
Yep, and he uses it.
Alright, let me check your shard count. Let's see, where is it? Here it is.
So with this one, that would make it 27 I've absorbed.
Okay.
No, wait, hang on. Is this the number of shards that I own? Yeah, I've got it down there. 25. I've eaten 26. There we go.
Okay. So 26. Leave it with me, cause I actually need to think on it. Okay.
All right.
I'll get back to you next week with if there's an effect or whatever.
All right. Grisura has decided. Grisura and Neat went to bed.
Yeah, we're wrapping up anyway. Thank you all
Yeah.
for tuning in. See you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Good night.
Night, guys.